I think we're the only people that sell this sandwich in New York City.
The trancapecho is more of like a flavor-forward version of all of our sandwiches.
Trancapecho actually stands for trancas to get stuck and pechos in your chest.
We took something incredible, brought it back here, and we added our own like dazzle to it. You gotta be ready for it, and when you bite it, it's gonna be messy. It's a huge sandwich. The meat's the size of your face.
That's a great tagline. The meat's the size of your face.
Welcome. First time eating here?
Yeah.
Okay, inside here, some of my favorite sandwiches, the trancapecho. It's like a flattened beef steak. Comes with rice, potatoes, homemade bread, egg, and a pickled salad as well. My name is Alexander Oropeza.
Patrick Oropeza.
You want 2 trancapechos? David Oropeza. And what do you guys do?
We're the owners of Bolivian Llama Party.
Bolivian Llama Party is located in Sunnyside, Queens.
First time ordering, guys?
Here, yeah. She was born in Bolivia.
Oh, the Bolivia.
Literal hole in the wall.
Yeah, it's a literal hole in the wall. There's like a vibe here. It's like you're at a family barbecue. And I love that. Brings that like al fresco dining experience. It's also something cool about a takeout window. I don't know what it is. Any questions? First time here? Or?
No, been here before.
Oh, okay, cool. Welcome back. What have you had before?
So it's my first time.
Is your first time?
Yeah.
So the must order is definitely the salteña for sure. We're probably the only restaurant, we are the only restaurant in New York City for Bolivian food. So
Yeah.
the salteña I'd say would be a must try.
¿Cuántas salteñas hace usted en un día?
Relleno y repulgar se llama esto que estoy haciendo ahora, como 180 a 210 más o menos al día.
This is our chicken salteña. Kind of like the equivalent of what pizza is in New York City, salteñas are to Bolivia. They're very popular. I don't know if you could hear this, but it's sloshing around. That means it's filled with liquid, which is basically a soup. We have to tell people how to eat this because if you eat this straight up, you're gonna burn yourself because that liquid is gonna be piping hot.
And the trancapecho is really delicious. It's unique to Bolivia. It's like a flat steak sandwich with rice and potato and egg. It's very big and filling.
You want some trancapecho?
The idea of Bolivian food is just big appetites. If there's a sandwich, it's a big sandwich. If there's a plate, it's a giant plate. And the trancapecho is basically an entire plate in a sandwich inside of bread, a giant sandwich. So we're starting with our sarnita bread.
Bake fresh about 2 to 3 times a day, but every sandwich begins here. Sarnita means scar. When the cheese melts right on the bread, it resembles kind of like a scar. One thing that we do different is we add a little bit more oil to help tenderize the crumb. This is a garlic oil we make in-house with thyme, Bolivian chilies, and garlic. The idea is to give subtle notes of savoriness in the bread without overpowering.
It's really fluffy, light, absorbs all the meat juices, really delicious. We get the bread toasting. We're gonna put some potatoes down, a Sunnyside egg as well. These are the silpancho. We use ground beef. You grab your ball and you're just flattening. You get this thin shape. You want it thin because it'll cook quicker, stay juicy, kind of like a schnitzel almost. And these fry for like maybe 45 seconds. So we got our bread toasted. Interestingly enough, the bread gets rice. People don't usually eat rice sandwiches, and it's a good place for all the egg yolk to get soaked up into the salsa. Just gonna get some of the potato on. Put this down here, and our llajua, which we make every morning. It's a Bolivian salsa. It's not traditional, the beets. My mom made it this way. And then we're gonna fold this closed. We're gonna grab our egg. And this isn't traditional, the llajua mayo. Typically we serve this on the side, but for the New York Times, we'll drizzle. Definitely something you don't want to eat before like going to work or something.
So the perfect bite in the trancapecho is when you have everything combined together.
I'll go back.
You get the meat, the rice, potato, the salad, and then the llajua on top of it. That's the perfect bite.
Everything is soft. You're not like overworking your mouth to eat this. It kind of just like melts when you're eating it.
And the reason why the trancapecho is so popular is because the silpancho is so popular. Silpancho is one of the traditional plates in Bolivia.
A trancapecho is basically a silpancho, but into a handheld portable version. So it's like a plate that was transformed into a sandwich. This holds a personal memory between my brother and I, Patrick. We would go to Bolivia and go hang out, and we would always eat this.
So that you go to the cart after all the clubs, the bars are closing, and a woman is making it. She kind of like opens it up like a pita, and she gets the big fried beef and she folds it kind of like a letter.
It was cheap, it was filling, it just had that comfort food feeling that I think is what Bolivian cuisine offers.
Ooh, the egg yolk just burst all over my fingers. It depends who you ask.
Our client base ebbs and flows because of the food and word of mouth and influencers. All of the other, non-Bolivian crowd grew exponentially.
Queens has some of the best food, and I came to this restaurant in particular just because there's not a lot of Bolivian restaurants, so I love the representation.
Sometimes it takes, a while to speak someone's food language where they're into it, So you tell someone like, hey, there's this crazy sandwich I want to try, and they'll be interested, but if you're like, hey, want to try this trancapecho, they'll be like, what's that?
Hi guys, how are you?
I just have a question. Do you have a recommendation for like sandwiches?
I do. Let me help you out here.
It lowers the bar in the sense of needing a new vocabulary or needing to know different aspects of Bolivian culture. It lets them enjoy it on just a sandwich level.
Could I try the pork one, please?
Pork-chola? Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, for sure. When we first started, a large majority of our support was from our traditional customers, from Bolivian customers. Toda esa comida para ti, ¿lo vas a terminar todo?
Sí, todo.
Ok. Así somos. ¿Usted de Cochabamba?
No.
De La Paz? Ok, mucho gusto.
When we shut down all of our businesses during the pandemic, it was the Bolivian community that saved us.
Prior to the pandemic, this entire area was our commissary space for all of the other locations that we were doing.
We were doing multiple events, and I would just be like delivering food, putting out fires here, something broke here.
The front windows over there were actually closed up, so there wasn't any way to hand out orders to customers.
Tyson's, one of our porters, is cleaning the fridge, pushes it too far against this window, completely shatters. And we're like, wait a minute, why don't I just turn this into a takeout window and serve people food? And it initially was just like, let's just try it. And then people started coming. And then we're like, wait, people need a place to sit out here. So we built a whole patio structure out here. And then it just became the vibes out here. Yeah.
Having this meal right now for me is just absolutely special. Brings me back to just visiting family in Bolivia as well. This is something that we'll definitely go out and have together, the whole entire family.
I'm Kiko. Kiko Porcel. I'm from Bolivia. I'm coming over here because this is a few places where they serve dish from my country. Come especially right here just for the salteñas. They eat a lot in Bolivia.
Growing up in Richmond Hill, Queens, my parents immigrated here when they were about 26, both of them with $50 in a suitcase.
¿Cómo reaccionaron ustedes cuando sus hijos les dijeron que quisieran empezar un negocio para vender comida boliviana? ¿Qué pensaron?
The truth, yo me quedé sorprendida, porque nunca, ellos son graduados de la universidad, los tres, nunca pensé que iban a hacer esto.
I dreaded lunch when I was in first grade because I would have to take my container of food and realize that it's not like what everyone else has. No one wants to trade with me. Because the struggle was to actually not be Bolivian as much as you can because you're trying to fit in with everybody. But now I'm at a point where people are coming and buying rellenos from me. They want to enjoy the food that I enjoyed as a kid, It's like that duality of what you didn't think was special really is what was special. It just took, not just interpersonal growth, but a lot of social, change where people are excited about, well, what are you eating? What are you about? Where is Bolivia? What are salteñas?
Yeah, I think, and that's why the name is important, and our marketing, our vibe, everything is important because we are creating what we wish we would have had,
Que ha podido, porque mucha gente lo admira.
So this setup that we're in right now, it's going to be the expansion of Bolivian Llama Party. We're going to have tables here, a bar across the back here, space here to pass through into the other location. Every other Bolivian restaurant that existed in New York pretty much went out of business. We're the last man standing. And that's sad to say because losing one restaurant that's Bolivian when there's so few, it's kind of like losing a facet of the cuisine.
What we want to do is push Bolivian food to its boundaries and further and inspire other people to do this too, because there needs to be more than one. If we close there, it can't be that there's no other Bolivian restaurant in New York City.
Bolivian Llama Party representa al pueblo de Bolivia. Es lo que piensan allá en Bolivia.
We're changing the makeup of what New York City is and can be. And, we're being the change that we want. We want a place like this where we can feel home, not being 100% Bolivian or 100% American, but still feel accepted, still feel happy, and still feel like just, in the moment.
They're going to do interviews with customers for New York Times.
They're the